The RE4 Remake is a phenomenal game, and it's one of, if not the best video game remake of all time. But with a game as big and awesome as this comes a lot of cut content along the way, so that's what we're going to be looking at today. And before we get into the video, if you guys could please be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below, it would be greatly appreciated. And now with all that being said, here's all the cut content from the RE4 Remake. So first up, we're going to be going over all the things that were in the original game but got cut out of or replaced by something in the remake. Starting off with the most notable of everything on the list, we have the U3 boss fight. With this being one of the best boss fights in the original game, I don't really understand why they cut it out of the remake or if they even ever had plans to put it into the remake. But it has just recently been confirmed by the Sphere Hunter on Twitter that it will be returning in the Separate Ways DLC. And next up, we have the Laser Room, which was one of the most memed areas of the entire franchise, but it was also one of the most loved areas of the original game by fans, and it's not very surprising that they cut it out of the game, but it is pretty interesting. And now moving on, we have the chase sequence with the Salazar statue, which was one of the minor parts of the original game, but it was also one of the most memorable parts. And in the remake, they did bring back the Salazar statue, but they removed the chase sequence entirely. And chances are they got rid of this one because they wanted to limit the QTEs in the game and have nearly none of them. And next up, we have the Lava Chain Room, which is a room that you go into after saving Ashley when you're searching for the piece of stone to put on the wall. And I'm not really sure why this part was removed from the remake, but if I had to guess, it was probably because it's such a minor part of the game that Capcom didn't see any reason of keeping it. And next up, we have the Ashley driving area, which is the area of the game where Ashley drives a massive bulldozer and Leon has to protect her, and this takes place in the island area of the game. And this was quite a fun part of the game, but it did take up quite a bit of time and was quite a nightmare when you were speed running the game. And I don't really see any reason that Capcom would remove this from the game rather than just to give speedrunners an easier time, I guess. And before we go any further into the video, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below, as it would be greatly appreciated. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the join button down below for members only perks, that would be greatly appreciated as well. And next up, Capcom also cut out the ski lift area from the original game, or as it's more properly called, a gondola. And yeah, regardless of what you call it, this was a very small and meaningless part of the game, and I don't blame Capcom for cutting it out. As a matter of fact, they probably didn't even think anybody would notice. But yup, you know the RE community, we take note of literally everything. And next up, we have the ability to kill the merchant, which was cut out of the game for rather obvious reasons, with the biggest one of these being that his character is more fleshed out in the remake. And next up, we have the split paths at the end of the cabin fight, which have been cut out of the game, and now there's only one path that you could go, and it is the route with the Bella sisters. And they also cut out quite a few of the most iconic one-liners in the game, such as "your right hand comes off," "no thanks bro," "you're small time," and more. And I could sit here and go on for like 10 hours about all the small details that they cut out of the game, but that was pretty much everything big. And now for cut content that wasn't in the original game, I wasn't really able to find much, except for the fact that somewhere along the lines the developers did consider having a Wesker boss fight at the end of the game, but decided not to do it. And they also planned on bringing back other scrapped enemies as well, such as the Hookman and others, but ultimately decided not to do it. And if anybody in the comments has any info about any cut content that wasn't in the original game, please be sure to let me know, and I will make a follow-up video to this one. But with that being said, that's about all we got for today, so see ya. Well, there you have it, guys, all the cut content of the RE4 Remake. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below, and I'll see you all on the next episode of Bagels Battles.